This is a video on section C of Having Met Miss Jones now, and we're going to look at the left-hand chords. The right hand can actually play the same as it did in section A, and the left-hand chords themselves aren't that much different, as you'll see now. Right, the first chord is the F major 7 chord, the same as section 1. And then we can play this D7 chord, as before. Then we can play this G minor 7 chord, as before. And again we can drop the bottom note. Now then, for this next bit, I decided to write a string of descending sevenths here. Well, a string of 7 chords. It's actually a cycle of fifths. I'm going to write... Or rather, I'm going to do a video on the tritone substitution fairly soon, which will say why this works. But what we can do is to have a shape like this, and then go to the F major. Now then, if you just improvise with the right hand in F blues over the top of that, you see how good it sounds. So what's happening with the left hand now? We've got an A chord voiced 7 3 6. Okay, this A chord is voiced 7 3 6 here. So if you see, you've got an A major triad here, and then this provides 1 3 and 5. Now this 1 we're going to replace with a 7 because we want a 7 3 6 voicing. So we've got 3 in the middle already. This 1 we're going to replace with a 7, which is 2 steps below it, which takes us there. Now the top note is going to be a 6. The 6 is 2 notes above the 5. From our triad we found that this was a 5, and 2 steps above this, 1 2, takes you to the F sharp. So this is our A7 chord, voiced 7 3 6. Now the next chord is going to be a D chord, voiced 3 7 sharp 9. Now then, here's our D major triad, which provides us with 3, which is what we want at the bottom, and then we want 3 7 and sharp 9. So there's our 3. Our 7 is 2 steps below the upper D, and our sharp 9 is, well, there's our 9, which is 2 steps above the D. 1 2, and the sharp 9 is 1 step above that. So you can see how those first two chords, the A7 chord 7 3 6 was here, and the D7 sharp 9 chord is here. So I've just dropped everything a semitone. Now the next chord is a G chord, again voiced 7 3 6. So here's our G major triad. Again we've got the 3 in place already in the middle, and the 7 is down 2 steps from the G, so 1 2 is there. So there's 7 and 3, and again the 6 is on top, which is 2 steps above the 5. There's 5 1 2, and there's our G chord. So that's the third chord in sequence. We've got the A7 chord 7 3 6. We've got the D7 chord 3 7 sharp 9, and we've got the G chord 7 3 6 again, and then finally we've got this C chord voiced 3 7 sharp 9. Okay, so again, like we did for the D chord, there's our C major triad, which gives us 3, which is at the bottom, 7 and 9, 2 steps each side of the D, each side of the C. It's a C chord here. So we've got the third, which is there. 2 steps below the C is the 7, which is the B flat. 2 steps above the C is the D. Now we want to sharpen 9, so we're going to raise that another step. There's our 9, we want to sharp 9. So we've got 3 7 sharp 9. I hope my little errors haven't confused you there. So those 4 chords now, we've got the A7 chord, the D7 chord, the G7 chord, and the C7 chord. And then we've got the F major chord as before. So again, the chords are just going down in single steps like that. and then you get to the F major chord. So we've got A7, D7, G7, C7, and the F major. And then the very last bar, you've just got 2 bars of G minor, sorry, 2 beats of G minor, and then 2 beats of C7. Right, I hope this has been useful. I do apologise. I've tried to cram this in between lessons, and the students are actually waiting for a lesson. So have fun with the video, and I'll speak soon.